do. She personally forwarded my mail that was done to me. My mail was being sent to her house, and I actually sent that in a report where the post office man informed it and put it in there and said that my mail and my husband's mail was being forwarded to her house. This is my husband's, who just passed away. This is my husband's mother.
How did he pass away? And I'm sorry for your loss.
He had a traumatic brain injury, which caused him to have a blood vessel burst inside of his leg, which caused him to have a heart attack, rushed up to his heart and caused him to have a heart attack.
So when I found out that my son was in the hospital, through Facebook, I went down to the hospital. She was calling me, telling me, don't go down there because they're not going to give me any information. So when I got there, they wouldn't give me any information. And I'm like, why y'all won't tell me about my son? They was like, because his wife informed us that she didn't want anybody to know any information. And she put him down as a John Doe.
In today's video, the plaintiff is seeking a TPO against her mother-in-law. Now this one is a little different from the usual TPO hearings we see. The plaintiff's husband passed away, which added fuel to the fire between the plaintiff and his mom. There is a lot to this case, so grab your drink and snacks and let's get into the video.
There you go. Raise your right hand. Both of y'all. All right, do y'all swear affirm testimony you're about to give this petition for a TPO is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Ms. Starks?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Okay. Who are these other two people out here? Ms. Simmons and Lexus. Who are you guys? What are y'all here for?
Hi, I'm a witness. Kimberly Turner's daughter.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, Lexus, who are you, ma'am?
I'm also Kimberly Turner's niece.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room. All right, it says DM. Sir, who are you here for?
Those are my witnesses.
All right, I'm gonna put them in the waiting room too. All right. Okay, let's see. We'll decide if we need them. We may need them for rebuttal. I don't know. But all right, Ms. Starks, tell me what's going on.
Basically, I've been being harassed by Kimberly Simmons since her husband's accident, which was February the 6th. The harassment with me has basically been with her. I sent you guys the messages from the post offices. I actually sent that email yesterday where the post office actually informed me that she forwarded our mail from my house, from our house, to her house. So she wasn't just receiving his mail, she was receiving my mail, my kids' mail. And
so all I want to hear about is what you think.
She was receiving my mail. She actually received some of my actual mail. I was waiting on checks. I actually had a check come, but I stopped the mail before it went to her house. So that was what happened. I have her threatening me, saying that she's gonna send people to my house to beat me up. I have her telling people saying that they're gonna shoot my house up. I actually have her family.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's what I need to know. What exactly firsthand she did to you? So whatever you think she said to other people, I can't hear unless they're here.
She's riding by, stalking my house. I have video footage of her stopping by my house multiple times after I've informed her and told her not to come by and that I did not want her to be around me. From the fact of her saying these things to me, saying that she was going to personally send people over there to fight me personally. And her personally saying that she was going to have somebody shoot my house up. These are personal things that she said that she was going to do. She personally forwarded my mail that was done to me. My mail was being sent to her house. And I actually sent that in a report where the post office man informed it and put it in there and said that my mail, I'm only saying my husband because it was both our mail. My mail and my husband's mail was being forwarded to her house, my family mail.
I can't even live that without.
All right. So, I mean, right, so what kind of car does she drive?
She drives a Dodge, a red and black Dodge. I actually have a photo of it. I can go to the video right now because she.
Okay, hold on. I got the video. So how many times has she ridden by your house?
Multiple times. And I didn't get a chance to get in contact with my neighbor, but my neighbor actually had videos too of her continuously riding by my house and checking my mailbox.
I need to know how many times you've seen her ride by your house. Not multiple.
I personally see her on my phone personally at least 5 times on video ride past my house. And I sent you a video of it being sent to me from someone else seeing her.
Okay, so
That's my house.
I understand. So, I mean, like, I'm not being a smart aleck, but do you live on a main road like Piedmont? So
No, I do not. You have to actually drive down my street. I live in a back road. You have to actually turn on my street to drive past my house to get to my house. Even if she makes an excuse and says that she was going to her daughter's house, which leaves 3 minutes down the street, there's no reason for her to ever drive past my house to get there. Never.
Because she could get to her daughter's house a different
There's
way.
no reason. She could get to her daughter's house on the back side of the road, or she can go around. There's no reason ever for her to have to drive past my house. Not only that, she has pressed false charges against me, which I have evidence on that. That's the other thing that she did. She went down to the police station and lied to them, which I sent you guys all that information, and told them that I supposedly pulled a gun out on her when I was home during this time. Matter of fact, I left my house to go and be with her niece and her daughter. When I left my house and I went to Sonic's, which I showed you guys the receipt. And after I went straight to O'Reilly's, I got some steering wheel fluid for my car, and then I left from there and I went straight to Sonic's, and that's where I met up with her niece. And then I left from there and went straight to her daughter's house. And that's when I was informed by them that she was supposedly going to press false charges against me. And I actually have 2 case numbers where I asked her to give me my cell phone back. I have a case number on that where I have them with that. And I also have another blue card. Let me pull it out. I actually have another blue card where I had to inform the police that she pressed false charges on me to let them know that I was home and that I had video footage during this time and camera, and I have ADT where you cannot go out any of my doors or leave out of my house without it being censored or being shown that I have went in and out my house.
You know, was a child.
She continuously keeps driving by and stalking me.
And it was a temporary.
Why is she coming by your house? How do y'all know each other?
This is my husband's who just passed away. This is my husband's mother.
How did he pass away? And I'm sorry for your loss.
He had a traumatic brain injury, which caused him to have a blood vessel burst inside of his leg, which caused him to have a heart attack, rushed up to his heart and caused him to have a heart attack.
Okay, so I'm very, very sorry for your loss. Okay, so what do you think is her beef with you?
Her beef with me is that her son was not communicating with her beforehand, and when he woke up, he still didn't want to communicate with her, which I wasn't able to get that paperwork, but it's actual paperwork at the hospital where he informed them himself that he wanted no dealings with her. But instead of her taking it out on him, she started to take everything out on me, stalking me, harassing me, stopping by, checking my mailbox. What she's looking for is they're looking for the car is registered in his name. They're looking for the tag.
Okay.
But there's no reason they should be doing that when he has passed away.
What do they want a tag for?
Because the car is registered in his name. They couldn't register in their name because of Social Security reasons, so they registered in his name so that Social Security didn't know that she had multiple cars at her residence. But now, instead of that, she went ahead and gave the car to her son. So now the son and her are driving by, which I actually have him emailing me and stuff too, saying that he drove by and stopped by my house, looking in my mailbox because I called them. I have a video. I downloaded the video of them stopping by my house, and I was trying to figure out why her and her son were getting out their car, stopping at my house. And when I emailed the son and I said something to her, he said, "Oh, we ain't stopping by for nothing." I said, "But why are you checking my mailbox? Why are you there and I'm not there?"
All right, Ms. Turner, let me hear from you.
Okay. I have no issues with Ms. Starks. My son was in an accident February the 6th, and Ms. Starks the way we found out about him being in the accident was through Facebook. My son have been in plenty life or death situations, and Ms. Starks never told us. We never found out till after it been done happened or after he done got out the hospital. So when I found out that my son was in the hospital, through Facebook, I went down to the hospital. She was calling me, telling me, don't go down there because they're not going to give me any information. So when I got there, they wouldn't give me any information. And I'm like, why y'all won't tell me about my son? They was like, because his wife informed us that she didn't want anybody to know any information. And she put him down as a John Doe. And he was not married. He was not married to her. My son didn't get married to her like 2 months. He'd been married to her for like 2 months, but she stopped my family, his dad family, and everybody else from communicating with my son. He had a brain injury. My daughter went over there one time and she told me, she said, Mama, she said, I didn't like what I saw. She said, my brother just got out the hospital. He got a brain injury. He's not himself. He don't know what's going on. And she's giving him drugs and alcohol. So the hospital had gave me his phone, his wallet, because I was trying to get him Medicaid. They was like, since you're his mother and he's not married, you're going to be over him. So I said, okay. So they gave me his phone, they gave me his wallet and told me to meet them at the hospital so I could try to start his Medicaid. That's what I did. So when my son woke up, he called me the night when he started talking. And he was like, Mama, I want to see you come down here. When I got down there, his dad was there. Then the next day, she was there. So every time I get down there, they're there. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get here early one morning. So when I got there early, and I was the first person to sign in to go see my son. And when I get up there, they tell me that I can't come see him because his dad and his girl don't want me there. So, okay, I said, okay, I'm gonna let it go. So they had took me to court for rights and all that. So the state took my son. The state took my son for 60 days. After that 60 days, he went to rehab. And they kept the social worker kept calling me. Have you heard anything about your son? I say no. I say his father and his girlfriend won't let nobody see him. Okay. Next thing I know, I heard that she had moved him to California. Okay, a close friend of hers was telling me that they moved to California and that I need to get a lawyer because they don't like what's going on with my son. He's being abused. My son and her had a very toxic relationship where they beat on each other. I mean, draw blood from each other. And I tried to get my son away from her because she's very, very violent. My daughter have been there and she have hit my daughter with an iron bat before trying to break up a fight. And they do this all in front of the kids. My son have a son by her and she have a daughter. And they draw guns on each other. They come to my house and fight, break up everything in my house. So I was telling my son, you need to leave this girl alone. Y'all got a dangerous relationship. Y'all gonna wind up hurting each other. So one night she called me, Mama, can you take me to the hospital? I was like, what's going on? She said, baby Junior have drunk some computer ink. So I was like, I'm on my way. When I get there, the police there, ambulance there, the baby got blue ink all over him, all down his mouth. They had to pump his stomach and stuff. So they opened up a defect case on her. She was sitting in there telling the defect worker at Hugh Spalding Hospital that my son been beating on her since they've been together. He draw guns on her. He gave the baby the ink on purpose and all this. So the whole time I'm texting my son, telling him what she's saying. I was like, if you doing all this, I know y'all got a toxic relationship, but I know you didn't give that baby that ink on purpose. So he was like, nah, Mama. So then he stayed away from her for like 3 days, 2 or 3 days. Then they was right back together. Then they called me with the, Mama, didn't you tell the doctor that Nut gave the baby the ink on purpose and Nut pulled guns on me? What would I lie about? Both of y'all pulled guns on each other, and the baby was sitting right beside y'all. That's what's going on. But
let me ask you a question. Did you forward all her mail?
No. At the time, my son was unresponsive. He was in a coma. I was handling all his business. And the defect worker told me, since you're handling his business, you're able. The judge even told her to get the lights turned off. They was in his name. To get the gas turned off. It was in his name. The judge told her to do all that. The defect worker told me I said, well, what about his mail since I'm handling it? She told me that I was able to forward his mail to my house since I'm handling all his business. They was not married, and that's the only mail came to my house. His mail. Her mail never came.
Ms. Turner, let me ask you a question. If she was living at that house, why didn't you talk to her, just tell her to have it turned on in her name? Why did you shut her power off?
I didn't shut her power off. The judge told her to shut the power off. I never had her power shut off. I didn't even know. This is my first time hearing about that. Okay. But it all boils down to me my children, my whole family, his dad's side of the family, we cool. They was not able to see my son in his last days. I was not able to see my son in his last days. Right now, I don't even know what my son remains are. She's being evil. I have not. Yeah, I rode by her house. Me and my grandkids. I got 2 11-year-old grandsons that I take care of. Yes, we rode by there. Maybe we can get a glimpse of him. Maybe we can see him. We was not able to see him. I love my children, and she's being very evil. I have a grandson that she won't let me see. And that's why she's taking the restraining order out to keep me away from my grandson, which I already decided it don't matter because my son is gone. My son is gone. She told me the second day my son was in the wreck, February the 6th. February the 7th, she called me and told me I didn't want to marry his A, but I'm going to do it out of spite just to show you. She said, you will never see him or your grandson again. Told me she was going to move him to California and I never seen him. She moved my son to California and I never seen him. I never got to go to his funeral. We had to have a ceremony last Thursday on the 26th with nobody. You know, his daddy family, they there, my family there, and then y'all have his body. He had no people in California whatsoever. Yes, I did ride by her house. Maybe I could see, but now everybody since my son gone, everybody want to call me and tell me that she stopped giving him his medicine. She was beating on him. That's what I was scared of. That's what I was scared of right there because I know their relationship. But I don't have no issue with her. I prayed about the situation and I'm going to let God deal with it. But my son, I never got to see my son. My son gone. I will never see him again.
Yes, ma'am.
And she doing this all out of spite. My son was against cremation. You know, I'm hearing that she cremated him. I don't know if she buried or cremated, but he was against that. Why not at least respect his wishes? You know what I'm saying? My family is hurt behind this, but I don't want no issues with nobody. I got a bad record. Yes, I do. But when it comes down to this, I prayed about it and I'm going to let God handle it. But this girl is doing everything that she can to hurt me and my family and his dad's family. I mean, I have no problem with this girl. I have no problems with her whatsoever. She just keep coming at me. Like right now, she is not even in Atlanta. She's in California.
Okay, ma'am. All right. So, Ms. Starks.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I hate to interrupt, but I believe Ms. Turner is frozen.
Grandchildren now?
Okay. Hold on, Ms. Turner. So, Ms. Starks.
Yes, ma'am.
So, are you here? You're here in Atlanta, right?
No, I had to move because they kept harassing and coming by my house. So I had to move out of here temporarily with my family because of the fact that they were stopping by.
You're not here in Atlanta anymore.
No, but I'm coming back. I have to be back. I'm coming back. That's my point. I'm moving back this weekend.
I have a flight. I just kind of wanted a yes or no.
Yes, today.
Okay.
I will be there today.
Yes. Just yes. Just yes.
Yes.
Okay.
They call on me.
I don't. Did you have him buried? Is he cremated? I don't care. But did you have him cremated?
I did what his wishes were to me as the person that's been with him for 6 years.
Is he buried somewhere or is I don't okay.
No, he's not buried. He's cremated.
Okay, gotcha. Fine. That's fine. Ms. Turner, that's what whatever. Okay.
That's all I want to know.
Okay. There. She knows.
Her mother and them keep calling my family and me saying that this what they were saying.
I got you. Hold on, Ms. Turner. Hold on, okay? Okay. So a mom knows. No matter what, Ms. Starks, Ms. Turner's his mother. Whether you like her or you don't like her. You know, she's his mother.
And I respect that. And I've always respected that. And let me tell you something. If you want me to rebuttal and tell you back what my thing is,
I don't.
I definitely respect that that's his mother, but I can't do nothing but respect his wishes. And his wishes were not to see his mother. It was not only documented with me, but it was also documented with the hospitals.
Okay. So stand by. So I'm just trying to just do what I do. Okay. So you have his ashes with you or here or somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'm bringing them back to Georgia. I actually have a piece on right now.
Okay. Is there anything wrong with you giving his mom a few of his ashes?
Oh, it's nothing wrong with it as long as somebody is willing to give up their piece
Their piece of,
that they paid for. Everybody paid for a piece. We posted everything online. That's how she was able to call. I actually have.
hold on. So there's a lot of ashes.
Right. And there was about 7 to 8 pieces. Each person paid for their own pieces to be able to receive. She was informed of where the funeral was being held.
But maybe she just wants, and you also have an urn with the remaining ashes. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what if she wants some of those ashes that she wants to go and spread them somewhere?
She would have to speak with his father. I don't have an urn. I have this, and I have a small little keepsake. I can show it to you. It's a little small.
No. Okay. So his dad has the rest of his
dad has, exactly.
Okay. There you go. So Miss Turner, his dad has the rest of his ashes. So if you would like some of his ashes to do what you want, maybe you need to speak with his dad. Okay. You got that?
Yes, ma'am. He's not talking to me either. It's all good.
Okay. Well, at least I just want you to have some answers, Miss Turner, because I get it, because you're a mom. All right.
I just wanted closure. That's all I wanted. I
hope this is helping you. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And,
there you go.
her mother is keep calling my phone and my family phone. They was saying stuff like, if I want to see my son one last time, I better drop the charges on her and I better pay her some money. That's what they keep calling.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, ma'am. That's not what was said. What was said was, never mind.
We got everything on recording. We got
but either way, right? Y'all both lost somebody you love.
Exactly. And that's the main purpose. And the purpose was to be able to get them to come. It was meant for them to be able to come out here and see his family, but they chose not to come. Other people purchased tickets, which were part of his dad's family and a part of his family, and they chose to come out here and be a part of everything. She chose not to come, but I also have a letter that she knew exactly where he was. We were having the funeral and when, because she actually called them yesterday morning and informed them and told them that I pointed a gun at her. They informed me of all of this. They actually sent me an email too, saying that she called down there, asking them questions about everything that was going on, not just questioning them about him, but also questioning them about me.
Don't mind if I talk now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, y'all both lost somebody you love. And Miss Turner's loved him longer. She's known him longer. We know that because and you're a mom, right, Miss Stark?
I'm a mom, but
she didn't love him. Miss Stark.
She's his mom, but she didn't raise him though.
Well, either way,
I'm trying to get you to understand.
It doesn't matter, Miss Stark.
I know,
but it doesn't matter, Miss Stark. She carried him, and you do love him at least while you're carrying him. And don't say that because Miss Free's pregnant. She might argue with you right now. She's due in a few weeks. So, but anyway, all right. She's his mom. You can't change that. She's already got that maternal instinct blocking me and, telling me what to do. But anyway, so she's his mom. No matter what, she's his mom. Good mom, bad mom, whatever she is, she's still his mom. We don't get to pick that. Right. So just, kind of give her that. But Miss Turner, no matter what you thought about his relationship with her, they picked one another.
Yeah. And I understand that.
Right. They picked one another.
Only thing I try to do is let him know that relationship was toxic. And once I spoke with the detectives and the coroners, and they told me that my son was supposed to have been on blood thinners. He had no blood thinners in his system. My son tried to reach out to a lot of his family.
I understand, but Miss Turner, you know what?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, we don't know. We seriously, we really don't know. We really don't know.
And can I?
No, you can't, because you know what? There's this fire burning. And
it's not a fire. I just want to say that.
Look, but there's a fire burning. And every time when you say something, it's a little bit of kerosene but when you say something, because you think, no, this is the truth. And she says,
I just want to give her some closure. I want to give her some closure and let her know that I didn't take him off of his medicine. I have the paperwork and I was informed that he no longer needed certain things. And that's why he was taken off. I actually have that paperwork from the hospital, from them saying that he no longer needed those blood thinners, which he was taken off in Grady in Atlanta, saying that they didn't want to keep them on him for too long because he had already been on them for 3 months. They said that it could cause his blood to thin too much to a point where he could accidentally bump his leg or hit something and he could just bleed out to death. So I just want to give her that closure because that's why they took him off of.
Well, Ms.
that
Starks,
list.
why don't you make a copy of a couple of those things and send them to her?
Because she's being informed wrong. It's like people are
I know,
trying to
but Ms.
stop
Starks, listen to me. Why don't you make a copy of a few of those things and give them to her and give her that closure?
Right.
You'll see the truth.
Right. Well,
I
the
mean,
truth will set you free. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if you make a copy of those medical records and just say, look at this. This is an order where it said stop blood thinner. You know, just give her that so you can see it in writing. Because you know how it is. Remember the game telephone?
Yeah, exactly. The messages always get mixed down the road. Exactly.
Right. So,
Yes,
you know how it is. I mean, when somebody, I can say something to Miss Free right now and somebody else will say something. It happens every time when I do some stuff and somebody will go and say, the judge said this. And those words that came out of my mouth, they'll call Miss Free right now and say, the judge said this. And she's on here and they won't know that she's the one answering the phone. And they'll say, I said something. And Miss Free knows me. She's on here. She goes, I know you didn't say that, but I will swear to her up and down that I said so. So, and that's how it is. And this is not the answer for you two people that are grieving. You've both lost somebody. And Miss Starks, and this is somebody you choose to be with. What do I need to do, Miss Turner, to get you to leave her alone?
I'm not messing with her. I haven't talked to her
but let me tell you, Miss Turner, if she sends you things, but Miss Turner, if she were to send you things like copies of some of the things showing what medicine they took him off of and things like that, would that bring you some closure?
Yes, ma'am. Because I talked to the coroner and they said he was supposed to have been on blood thinners.
But Miss Turner, what if the coroner didn't have all the copies of his medical? What if they didn't?
He told me he did. That's why he passed away, because she drove him to California. He caught blood clots.
Miss Turner.
That's not
Miss Turner.
Ma'am.
Miss Turner. No, I know. Miss Turner. See,
Yes,
when you're sick, do you get on Google?
yes, ma'am.
Don't. Don't. Because when you're sick, you get on Google. By the time you get to the hospital, you think you're dying, don't you?
Yeah.
Exactly. So don't do that. Don't do that. Let her just send you a few of the medical records and just trust that. Okay. Where'd she go? Oh, I thought you disappeared, Miss Starks. I'm sorry.
No, I'm still here. Sorry.
Right. Just let her give you a few of those. Okay. Can you do that for me, Miss Turner?
Yes, ma'am. I don't have any problem with Miss Starks. I just want to be left alone.
Okay. Look, I just want you to do that, but I'm going to sign this and I'm going to give you a little bit of a break so that you could just stop going by her house and checking her mail and just please.
I don't check her mail. I never check
I know,
her mail.
but Miss Turner, I watched this video. Would you please? Because both of y'all have lost something. There's a lot of hurt. And see, when she hears you saying that you hear things that she knows, if she was there, to be false, and you're saying that, she gets frustrated because she wants to correct it. But you've heard people that you trust and that you love that are coming and saying this in your ear. And that's frustrating to her because she's like, I was there. I know exactly what happened. And she's read the medical records. So that's frustrating to her. It makes her frustrated with you because she's like, why won't you believe me? I was there. So it's this whole thing of you guys just not trusting one another. And it's just, and both of you are frustrated. And I get it. You lost a child. And I know there's got to be no worse hurt than losing a child. There's nothing worse than that except losing your mama. Because you ain't got a mama.
I done lost both.
And see, and that's horrible. So there you go. So I think she will. I think if you give her a little space, she'll go and help you get your unanswered questions answered. If it said they removed him, this is the meds he was taking, this is what he shouldn't have taken. But ma'am, I don't think in any way, shape, or form, Miss Starks caused her husband / boyfriend / whatever title she wants to use. I don't think she had anything to do with him dying.
No,
ma'am.
and that's not what the coroner was not able to even give her information because of the fact that I told them we were married. So any information that she probably is giving you couldn't be correct information because she wasn't allowed.
See, Miss Starks, Miss Starks. That's like kerosene. That's gasoline. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think she would do anything, Miss Turner. If you just give her time to give you some documentation, it'll show you. It'll give you that black and white, and you'll have it. And I'm so sorry that you lost your son, Miss Turner. I am so sorry. And I don't even want to do this, but this is going to force y'all to just give it a break. But if something happens, Miss Stark, I want to make you file a contempt so I can talk to y'all, make sure y'all both act like grown-ups, because nobody needs to be filing no police reports on anybody. Y'all need to try to get hold on, Miss Stark.
I'm going to court right now.
Hold on. Did you guys, did you and your husband, did y'all have a child together?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, see there, Miss Turner, you guys are connected for life. She has a grandchild of yours. So that's why.
She's not gonna.
Miss Turner, stop. Don't say that. Don't say that.
He told me this.
Okay, but Miss Turner, stop. Let it go. Let that go. How, you know what? Get a new lease on life. Get a new lease. Start acting better. Start believing what she's saying. Get that black and white proof and make amends with this lady. Y'all have to make amends with each other. You follow me? I know there's bitterness between the two of y'all, but y'all got to make amends with one another and set aside your differences for the person that y'all had in common. Do you get it, Miss Turner?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure she wants him to know his dad's side of the family to some extent, even if it's just cursory know them. Hey, you know, she does. It's part of him. But you got to be cool, Miss Turner. Everybody needs to be cool.
Yes, ma'am.
So stop calling the popo and making stuff up about one another. Would you want him to have his mom locked up in jail? No, nobody needs that. Nobody wants that. There's too much bad going on in the world for us to have people we're related to locked up for nothing.
Right.
Too many other people are trying to do that to all of us. We gotta help one another, lift each other up. Please. Please, we know what happens when if you make a 911 call, ma'am, and you call and you said, Elise Starks, and they say, okay, give her a description. And the first thing they hear is black. What are they going to do? Them cops are like, all right, boom. All of a sudden, there's this escalated tension that seems to rise. And do you want that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You know, let's bring it down.
I just want to be left alone. I'm in a
and she does too, Miss Turner. So y'all, Miss Turner, I know you're not going to, because Miss Turner, everybody did a little bit of wrong. Okay, let's just accept that. Let's be cool. So we're going to put it in place, Miss Turner. We're going to email you a copy, Miss Starks. We're going to email you a copy. It's going to say if something happens, you're going to file a contempt first. I want y'all to be cool. I want y'all do this for that kid. Do this for that child.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Y'all both stay healthy and safe.